ever feel like you've been here before? Doesn't the earth feel too familiar? There's just no way this is your first time around. You're an old soul. Or maybe it feels way too foreign. You can't seem to grasp the need to have to go to the bathroom or eat every single day. You're a new soul. Old soul, new soul. What if you could find out right now? And maybe even discover what era you're from. Okay? Should we do it? Right now. I have a quiz with 25 questions and 4 possible answers. A, B, C, or D. All you need to do is choose the option that feels most you. And keep score somewhere, anywhere. If you're really good at math, I'm not. But if you are, in your head, totally works. If you're not, you can grab a pen and paper, grab a device, whatever. But follow my instructions. Follow my instructions, okay? You have to follow my instructions in order to get your score and find out if you're an old soul or a new soul. I want you to give yourself 4 points for every time you say A as an answer. 3 for every time you choose B. 2 points for every C answer. And 1 for every D. I will be circling your answers. Yes, indeed. On this wood board. Okay? Are you ready to find out what kind of soul you are? Okay, good. Let's start with question 1. Ready? When life feels overwhelming, what comforts you the most? A, 4 points. Retreating to a quiet corner to journal or read. B, 3 points. Cleaning the house or cooking a meal. C, 2 points. Escaping into nature or making art. D, 1 point. Doing something online. Watching a video or scrolling through your feed. Do you have your answer? Remember, 4 points for A, 3 for B, 2 for C, 1 for D. What comforts you the most? A, retreat to a quiet corner to journal or read. B, clean the house or cook a meal. C, escape into nature or make art. D, do something online, watch a funny video, scroll through your feed. Very, very good. Question 2. Which of these options brings tears to your eyes the fastest? A, sentimental moments and memories. Old photos, videos, voicemails, letters. B, heartwarming scenes between family. C, acts of profound kindness or injustice being overcome. D, personal struggles and relatable life moments. Again, that's A, sentimental moments and memories, 4 points. B, heartwarming scenes between family, 3 points. C, acts of profound kindness or injustice being overcome, 2 points. D, personal struggles and relatable life moments, 1 point. Question 3. How do you react to sudden anger or frustration? A, bottle it up. B, maintain as much composure as possible. C, show your feelings indirectly and vent it to a friend. D, let it out directly, distract yourself, and move on. Which will it be? A, bottle it up, 4 points. B, maintain as much composure as possible, 3 points. C, 2 points. Show your feelings indirectly and vent Question 4. Your friend describes their personal problems, and it's starting to weigh on you. How do you emotionally handle it? A. Absorb their pain as if it were your own. B. Listen and pray for them. C. Brainstorm active solutions. D. Encourage them and then take a break for yourself. Which one would you choose? Good. Question 5. Your ideal way to meet a potential romantic partner would be A chance encounter that feels fated. B. Through trusted circles. C. At a community event like a music festival or a volunteer project. D. Online dating app. A. Chance encounter. B. Trusted circles. C. Community event. D. Online dating app. 3, 2, 1. Question 6. How would you express love to someone that you cared deeply about? A. Through romantic, heartfelt gestures like surprise flowers or gifts. B. By being there for them through thick and thin with unwavering loyalty and support. C. With affection and plenty of adventurous outings. Or D. Through constant connection and your consistent daily presence. What do you think? Good. Question 7 now. How do you view commitment and marriage? A. As a sacred, lifelong bond. B. As the natural and expected course of true love. C. As a journey of growth between two souls. D. As one of many options in life. How do you view love and commitment? A. Bond. B. Natural course of love. C. Journey of growth between two souls. D. One of many options in life. Question 8. What do you value most in a romantic partner or close friend? A. Emotional depth. B. Reliability. C. Open-mindedness. D. Fun, easygoing companionship. A. Depth. B. Reliability. C. Open-mindedness. D. Fun, easygoing companionship. Excellent. Question 9. How do you handle heartbreak? A. Very slowly and privately, with a lot of reflection. B. With resilience and grace, leaning on family or faith to get through. C. Intensely and proactively, going on a soul-searching trip, dyeing or cutting your hair. D. In spurts of sadness, while actively finding someone new. How do you deal with heartbreak? Question 10. One word that sums up your personal relationship style is A. Devoted. B. Dependable. C. Passionate. D. Easygoing. One word sums up your personal relationship style. A. Devoted. B. Dependable. C. Passionate. D. Easygoing. Question 11. What is your typical morning routine like? A. Calm and unrushed. B, structured and steady. C, slow and intuitive. D, quick and techy. You check your phone first thing. Mad dash because you stayed up all night. A, calm and unrushed. B, structured and steady. C, slow and intuitive. D, quick and techy. Question 12. What housing environment sounds the most appealing to you? A, a cozy cottage filled with books, plants, and antiques. B, a clean, welcoming home with classic decor and souvenirs from all the places you've been. C, an eclectic, artsy living space with colorful fabrics and thrifted treasures. D, a modern, minimalist apartment with smart tech. A, cozy cottage. B, clean, but with all of your souvenirs. C, eclectic, artsy living space. D, modern, minimalist apartment. What sounds most like you? Question 13. Ready? Which daily habit could you never give up? A, writing your thoughts down. B, a routine ritual or meal. C, seeking inspiration. D, checking in with the world. A, writing your thoughts down. B, routine ritual or meal. C, seeking inspiration. D, checking in with the world. Good. Question 14. How would you describe your work style or approach to career? A, heart-led and meaningful. B, steady and stable. C, entrepreneurial. D, flexible and sporadic. A, meaningful. B, steady and stable. C, entrepreneurial. D, flexible and sporadic. Question 15. What does your nighttime routine look like? A, candlelight bath and tea. B, meal prep and TV. C, unpredictable. D, screen filled until you can't keep your eyes open. A, tap time. B, meal prep and TV. C, unpredictable. D, screen scrolling. Question 16. Your approach to health and wellness is best described as A, holistic and old school. B, modern medicine. C, Eastern and spiritual. D, convenient and goal-oriented. A, holistic. B, modern. C, Eastern. D, convenient. Question 17. Which of the following best describes your spirituality? A, timeless wisdom taken from ancient texts. B, traditional religious practices. C, spiritual but not religious. D, agnostic or atheist. A, ancient wisdom. B, traditional religious practices. C, spiritual but not religious. D, agnostic or atheist. Question 18. How do you typically make major life decisions? A, by listening to your inner voice. B, by making a pros and cons list. C, by following your heart and ideals. D, by researching online. A, inner voice. B, pros and cons list. C, listen to your heart. D, look online. Major life decisions. Question 19. Which symbol resonates with you the most? A. Key. B. Tree. C. Rainbow. D. Lightning bolt. A. Key. B. Tree. C. Rainbow. D. Lightning bolt. Which one resonates? Question 20. How often do you remember your nighttime dreams? A. Very often. B. Occasionally. C. Frequently. D. Rarely. A. Very often. B. Occasionally. C. Frequently. D. Rarely. Question 21. Do you experience deja vu? A. Yes, and it can be intense. B. Rarely. C. Fairly often. D. Occasionally, but you joke it's a matrix glitch. A. Intense. B. Frequently. C. D. Occasionally. Question 22. If you have a nightmare, what is it usually about? A. Loss or helplessness. B. Personal fears or responsibility failures. C. The apocalypse. D. Random, influenced by the media, mostly. A. Loss or helplessness. B. Personal fears or responsibility failures. C. The apocalypse. D. Random, influenced by the media. Got it. Question 23. How do you say no when someone asks you for a favor you truly can't or you don't want to do? A. With apology and softness. B. With polite firmness. C. With straightforward honesty. D. With hesitation and maybe an excuse. A. Apology and softness. B. Polite firmness. C. Straightforward honesty. D. Hesitation and maybe an excuse. Question 24. When you need to stand up for yourself, how do you feel and act? A. It's hard for you. You rehearse what you have to say, and then you second guess yourself. B. You feel confident that you know you're right. You maintain a calm demeanor and direct eye contact. C. You feel empowered and fired up. D. You feel uncomfortable and you're trying to get it over with as fast as possible. A. Soft. B. Confident you're in the right. C. Empowered and fired up. D. Really uncomfortable. Question 25. What do family histories and ancestry play in your sense of identity? A. A significant role. You often think about your ancestors and how they lived. B. A foundational role. You know your family tree well and you keep your traditions alive. C. A curious but not defining role. You feel more shaped by your own experiences. D. A minor role. You know the basics, but you're not letting that define you. Your identity feels a lot more self-created and influenced by your own experiences. What do you think? Very good. So, what kind of soul are you? Have you tallied up your total? You could have a total of 100 points, so let's start there, okay? On the upper end. If you scored between 70 You are an old soul. Your soul comes from around the 1920s to the 1940s, somewhere in that range. And don't worry, if you were just born during this era and you're still alive, then this checks out, it makes sense. But if you were born after that time period and you scored the highest there, chances are you were alive or you died during that time period. So that's why it still feels so familiar to you. As a classic romantic with a score between 75 and 100, you remember the lessons, even if you can't name them directly. And you savor the slow burn. You observe before you speak. You notice details others rush past. And you repair things instead of replacing them. There's a steadiness in you that comes from a timeline where people didn't just implode over every inconvenience. They had to adapt and endure. You don't chase extremes. You self-regulate because your inner world remembers a time where emotional outbursts caused a lot more problems than they solved. You form opinions very slowly and only after listening, not reacting. You're also cautiously optimistic and very skeptical of shortcuts. You prefer depth and substance over noise and novelty. You're part caretaker, part archivist, you get me, part hopeless romantic, and you have a very dry sense of humor. If you scored between 50 and 75 points, your soul is a mid-century traditionalist from between 1940 and 1960. You believe life evolves when you show up, even when you don't feel like it. Modern culture's obsession with speed, reinvention, instant gratification, none of that really speaks to you because you know that stability creates space for growth. You communicate from a time where words really meant something and promises were binding. Nobody flaked on them. People often feel safer around you without knowing why. And that's because you don't jump ship at the first sign of discomfort. You assess, you adjust, and you only move on from something when the cost of staying outweighs the good. You have a very grounded optimism, and that feels rare these days. Am I right? If you scored between 25 and 50 points, your soul is a free spirit. You're a seeker from the 1960s to the 1980s. Reinvention is a survival mechanism for you. You feel deeply, you think expansively, and you prioritize meaning. You are constantly scanning for symbolism and patterns and emotional undercurrents. Whether or not you're aware of it, your native language is introspection. You have an intuitive sense about you, and you feel like life has layers, and beneath every choice is a story, and that story is worth examining. You instinctively resist anything that feels even a little bit rigid, and you turn to creativity to process. You need meaningful experiences, and you also really need time in nature to feel all right within. You're built for exploration. And if you scored between 0 and 25 points, you're a first timer. You have never been here before. Your soul is in its opening chapter. Your consciousness is learning how to be human for the first time. You're not weighed down by the way things were. You're oriented toward what could be. Your soul is experimental by its very nature. You learn in real time, and that makes you very adaptable, curious, open. You never assume you know the answers, and that lets you see things how they actually are, not how you expect them to be. You try things, you test things, you're ready to feel them out. You even go through a lot of different identities and chapters just trying to figure out where you fit. You're currently learning the human experience in its purest form. It's exciting. Okay, so now that you know your soul bracket, make sure to drop it so that everyone can find each other and maybe find out how they knew each other in past lives. And also please make sure to mention at least one thing that you do that proves your soul is from that time. If you were born in one of these eras, you looped back around like a spiritual boomerang. Whew. But if you weren't, then maybe you just uncovered your past life passport stamp. You either lived or died in that time period, so that can explain everything from your personality quirks to why you loathe certain trends. And now that you know which era your soul is from, you're one step closer to identifying who you were then and what you were doing. So, happy hunting.